used to doing something.
It. Yeah.
Okay. I may want something sweet. Okay, an apple is enough. I'll go get ice cream. Go ahead and get the fix out of the way, and then I'm good for the next month or so. You know, I don't just dive into having a cheat day every week. I don't always have, Saturdays are my cheat days. No, I have a cheat day, but that's maybe 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
It just depends on if you're going out, and even if I go out to eat, it's healthy options. I don't indulge in anything that's unhealthy, even based on me being a pescatarian. So I'm not going back. You can't pay me to go back. You can't convince me to go back. You can't tell me that going back is more beneficial than what I'm doing today. And then I'm in healthcare, so I know from a health the consequences of if I go back to what I was, and I'm in my 30s now. After 30, it is true. A lot of things change when you hit 30.
Yeah.
Whether it's fitness, cardio, running, you notice the slight changes when you hit 30. That is no lie. But think about the healthcare standpoint where you're 30 years old and you have high blood pressure. You're 30 years old, you have diabetes. And it's because of how you eat. And it can be prevented. And, you feel like 30 is still young. Yes, it is still young, but we're not getting any younger. We're getting older. So you must take care of your temple as you get older, because nobody wants to be dealing with the comorbidities or illnesses as you get older. And now, how I'm going to pay for this diabetic medicine? Because diabetes, insulin, is on the all-time high that a lot of people can't afford it. And here we are with more complications of that because it's too high. So who wants to have the hospital bills or, be fatigued or just drained from the health issues that could have been prevented, or you can strive to reverse and prevent it. So it's trying to get people in that mindset. It's very hard to do because food tastes good. Food is delicious.
Right.
But healthy food is not good, or it costs more. But just think about what's in that food that's causing you to have the health issues that you are today. Okay, with into fitness, think about the benefits of fitness as well as doing better as well. Exercise, cardio health. How are you going to prevent heart disease if you don't at least incorporate 30 minutes of exercise 3 to 5 times a week, plus your diet to prevent heart disease in terms of sugar and salt and processed foods? So being able to tie that in with being a healthcare provider, that's just something that I love because I can incorporate that and then just live it. Because I'm in the field. All the time. I educate people on it all the time. And now it's just incorporating it from a fitness standpoint. So, yes, you have people who get it, or you have people who are listening and they understand, but they're not mentally there to where they're fully ready to do what they need to do. And normally it takes them having that serious health issue or having out of nowhere moment that they're in the hospital for the light bulb to come on. Okay, I almost had a near-death experience. It's time for me to do right, when you could have been doing so all this time, whether it's the physicians, nurse practitioners, nurses, family, friends, whoever is telling you, you got to start doing better. You got to start eating healthier. It's like everybody's not going to tell the same lie in terms of, being healthy, especially healthy. We're not telling you to eat right and exercise for no reason. There's a reason. You just don't want to be that person where something happens and let's just say you may not come back. You may not come back from that stroke. You may not come back from that heart attack. How are you going to deal with having your leg cut off due to diabetes or vascular issues because you smoked all your life? How do you come back from that fully? Yes, you will eventually, but not fully mentally, not fully physically. So it's trying to help people get to that mindset of starting now. Of course, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be baby steps. Where I am today took years. It took years to get abs. Years. But I didn't stop because I didn't see them. Muscle or certain areas of my body, it took years to get. You just have to stay consistent. Not everybody, but majority of people are looking for quick fixes. And I tell everybody, there's no such things as a quick fix, even in medicine. So the teas and detox, that's good you're doing that, but that is not going to help because you go eat that cheeseburger from McDonald's.
It's going to get
there you go. Or all you're doing is sweating with the tummy wraps. When you sweat in there, yes, it's going to go down because you sweat. But guess what? When you replenish your body with that water or Gatorade or fluids, guess what? Coming right back because all you did was. People don't think about it from that aspect.
Wait, can you say that again? Say that again. Can you say that again?
You're sweating. So again, you're thinking, oh, I got a black stomach, it looks good. With that, once you start hydrating yourself again, it's going to come back because those wraps help to dehydrate you. And when you add the fluid back, you are rehydrating, which means those cells with the water is going to come back, especially if you're not eating right and exercising. So, oh, I got results by losing weight, drinking this tummy tea 3 times a day, every day. All these teas are doing is making you poop. Get rid of that's how you're getting rid of that extra weight. But what about the actual fat in your belly? What about the,
visceral
fat?
Mm-hmm.
That does not get rid of that. You have to have the calorie deficit and work out, not cheating or psychologically thinking that this is going to work. And how they publicize it, of course, oh, this is going to work for me. And again, one size doesn't fit all. This tummy tea may not give you the results that it gave Susan.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it's advertised that way. Mm-hmm. So you have to do your research as well, or the waist trainers. I'm not against them to an extent, but ultimately, if you're wearing a waist trainer 24/7, 365, in the long run, you may have some health issues because your organs are not meant to be squished all the time. Now, for exercise, to sweat, okay, cool. For the women, to help smooth them out under the clothes. Or, you may wear it for work because you have a job where you're on your feet and you're sweating and everything. But to where you're wearing it every single day, people are not thinking about the internal issues that they're having. You are restricting those organs. That's decreasing blood flow to those organs, and you don't realize it now. But as you get older, okay, oh, you have a problem with your intestines, you're not getting the circulation, or, any organ, it could be anything. And because of that circulation, you cause that area to die. So, okay, now we have to do surgery, or you have to get a colostomy bag, or, we have to do this, or cut out a section and reattach because it causes ischemia of your internal organs. Is the waist trainer worth it when you can do it the natural way? There's a way to get a slim waist. No, it won't happen overnight. I'm proof of that. But there's a way to get it without doing that to yourself. So it's trying to educate people on waist trainers. They're okay to an extent, but not there. It's all day, every day, in your sleep, get up, everywhere you go, you have a waist trainer. Ultimately, in the long run, it is not the best option.
I think you made a post on this, didn't you? You did. Yeah, I was watching it. And I'm glad we hit it, because I was watching that post a few days ago, and I was like, you said some of this, and I was like, I just, this stuff this is stuff you're not hearing. I was like, I've seen the sweating or the people taking it off, and you see all this and that, but like you said about the water and replenishing those, rehydrating yourself, and then that restoring what you just sweated off, and so you really just made me think about how much is not shared with you when it comes to, like you said, all these different products, how they make it seem very generic, as if everybody can achieve these same results, but they're not really telling you what that other person either is taking. Maybe they're taking other stuff, or what they're doing, or what they're not doing.
Yep.
And you're right, pointing that perspective, not seeing the other side of the coin, is I think what usually drills or reels a person in, into a product or into a service that in the long run, and you keep saying that, the long run, you know what I'm saying? We look at the here, the now, but we don't consider the long run and what those things are doing to us, or what they're not doing. And so I truly appreciate you sharing that. And I think you may get a lot of that flack for saying some of the stuff you just.
And it is what it is. But again, I'm a healthcare provider, so I see this all the time. I see it in general. And again, my goal is to educate, whether you really absorb what I state or not. It's up to you. If you're mad at me with what I state, yes, everybody's gonna have an opinion. No, she's wrong, which is fine. But again, I'm not thinking about the now. I'm thinking about the long run. I'm thinking about the future. So yes, you may see how it could be controversial for now, but really think about how this will impact me when I'm 50. Like I said, or we can use, and I've posted about, heart rate elevators, fat burners, those type of things. There's nothing wrong with them in moderation. But the issue that we are having today is young people are having heart attacks from this, because as I explained, even in the video, you're already increasing the workload of your heart when you start exercising. Now you've added this, heart enhancement, fat burner. So that's increasing your heart rate even more. So now what if your heart cannot properly compensate for that overload? And because it cannot compensate, now you're affecting your heart in terms of a possible heart attack, congestive heart failure. There are a lot of things that's going to come with that workload. And when you do it consistently, so for the people who work out 7 days a week, but they have to have that product to help, increase, their energy and heart rate, they're not thinking about the effects again that it's going to have on them in the long run. Nobody should be leaving this earth, regardless of race. Nobody should be leaving this earth 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, because all these years they have been taking this particular product to give them the energy that they need every day, not realizing it is technically destroying their heart due to long-term use. So I don't mind the backlash. It is what it is. It's just providing the education. Like I said, I'm not against these things. It's just doing so in moderation, not 24/7, 365. Because again, the goal is to be here for those who want to live to see 100 like myself. The goal is to live long, have gray hair, and be functioning. So like I said, I love to educate. I love to give people that particular information. And again, it's up to them whether they want to do their own research, or take the information in and consider that whenever they're reading labels or whenever they're saying, oh, I need a boost of energy. Okay, it's okay. But don't do this 7 days a week. It's okay, but see how many ingredients do they have in that product that's going to increase your heart rate. Okay, there's nothing wrong with pre-workout, but don't take pre-workout and then the protein powder you're taking before that has an enhancement. Okay, and then you turn around and drink an energy drink. All right, on top of that, you have a cup of coffee. That's too
right.
That is too much. Just to get that energy you need to, work out and get through exercise fully.
Right.
So, it just ultimately goes down to think about the long-term effects, not the now, but the long-term effects.
I just need to take a minute to let that marinate, because I love it. I love it. It speaks true to your brand, authentic fitness. You know what I'm saying? And I want to go into that, but I have a few other questions I want to hit before I go into your business aspect of it and the reasoning behind it. In regards to mental and physical fitness, what would you say? How would you put it, or what would you say to someone who is coming into fitness in regards to the mental and physical aspect of it? Would you say, or is your idea of that person who wants to start their fitness journey, should their emphasis be more on the mental aspect first than the physical, or do you feel like they both cater to each other? So it's not really a matter of trying to in a sense mentally prepare yourself for it, because maybe they're contemplating, they're hesitant, and they're like, man, Shardé, I just don't know if I'm there mentally. I feel stressed or depressed every time I get ready to do something with my body. Would you say to them, just start? Just physically just start? Or would you say, hey, okay, take the time out to truly understand, do research before you get out there in the gym or before you start eating? What would be your perspective in that regards to fitness, mental and physical?
My perspective is the mental first. And I only say that because how many times do we say, okay, I'm going to start working out tomorrow. And I don't work out tomorrow because, I worked all day. I'm tired. I don't have 30 minutes, but you sit on the couch and you watch TV for 30 minutes.
Sure.
Not even that. I see, where I could be, or I want to be back to where I was, but I don't want to put in the work right now, or I just don't have time. The excuses that come with while you're not mentally ready. So I can just use, for example, where, I've had clients where, yes, they express their concerns, but they're mentally ready from what they share with me. Okay. Then it comes to, all right, it's time for a workout, and last minute, or it can be even 5 minutes before, I'm not going to be able to make it today. I forgot to tell you. And they don't really give a valid excuse, or they just flat out say, I don't want to work out today. Or they even tell me, can you go easy, on me? And I tell them, no, you for service, and I'm here to help you get the results that you are striving for. And I tell people from the beginning in general, if you are not mentally ready, I am not the one for you, because I'm going to push you. No, I'm not not the yelling type or give me 50 more.
Right.
That's but I'm here to help you. I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to provide the, information that you need in order to get to the goal that you're seeking. But in order for you to be successful, you have to be mentally ready. So you may have a setback mentally in general, and that's okay. But if you're not mentally ready from the beginning, it's not going to work. And it usually always does not. Because you say it, but then, you're not fully displaying it when it's time to do what you really need to do. You rather just sit on the couch and watch TV, or, I can't make it today. And then you're posting on social media, you're out at the club, bar, wherever, chilling on your couch, watching TV, when that time could have been taken for this workout session. And I'm not going to hound anybody. I'm not going to beg anybody to do the workout, because we're all grown and you have to want it bad enough.
Nice.
And, just in college, just in general, is like, even with me when I work out, if I feel myself like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to start HIIT workouts. So the HIIT workout that I did recently this week, I'm literally in my head, how bad do you want it? I want it real bad. You better not stop, girl. How bad do you want it?
That ain't yelling. That ain't yelling.
Well, I'm just saying, that's me in my head. That's what I'm saying in my head. Even just with running, I love cardio. But there are some days with that 3 miles that I feel like I'm going in slow motion, even though I'm really not. It feels that way, but it's like, okay, Shardé, come on. You're almost there, even though you feel like your heart's about to burst out your chest. I don't know what's wrong with you today, why you feel this way, but come on, you're almost there. Don't stop. You better not stop. You better slow your pace down, but you better not stop. And that's me talking, to myself. I am my platform. I am my motivator. I work out alone majority of the time. I do better when I work out alone. Just give me my music. My self-talk helps me push through, because it's like, if you don't do this, what's going to happen if you skip today? Although I know nothing, fully, but my mind is not going to let me not do something when I know today is cardio. So you need to go get up, even if it's walking. Okay, today is, body weight strength training. What do you feel like doing today? Do you feel like going in your garage with your barbells or dumbbells, or go to your workout room with the dumbbells and other equipment? What do you feel like doing today?
Yeah.
Today, I said I was going to do the workout room, but I was like, no, I want to be, I want the breeze from outside to come in, due to the rain. So I worked out in my garage gym, and I used my dumbbells and did the workouts with that today. So even when I try to talk myself out of it, there be days where I'm tired. I work as a healthcare provider. I don't want to get up.
Yeah.
But I go ahead and do it. And after, I feel so much better, and now I can go about my day.
Facts.
So even when many days I don't want to, many days I may have things going on, burnout with, being a healthcare worker during this pandemic. Okay, things with the personal life going on. Many days I don't want to get up and do anything, but I have to. I force myself to, because that it ties into the mental. This is something I'm mentally committed to. So I just feel like in order to get where you want to go, you have to be mentally committed and mentally ready for the journey that you're about to embark on, because this is not something that you can get results from starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. You lost the 20 pounds and then you gained it back in 40. A month because you stopped, or you gained 40 pounds because you went without burgers for a month, and now you're losing your mind and you're eating a burger every single day, and now you're wondering why you gained 40 and not the 20 back that you originally started with. So it's mental. The burgers are not healthy, or, make them from home, or choose healthier options, turkey meat, find a replacement, veggie burgers. No, everybody doesn't like them, or the meat replacements, but use turkey.
Yeah.
There are ways to do it. But again, you have to be mentally into it in order for it to be successful, in order for it to be effective. So, it's going to have to be the mental for me. It has to be, because you can have the physical all day, but that's just like people who say, I'm going to go walk, and they go walk to the mailbox and back, and that's their walk for the day.
Yeah. Yeah. True. I love that. I love that. How would you tell somebody, because I'm pretty sure whoever's watching this is thinking right now, how can I start mentally? How can I mentally prepare myself?
How you can mentally prepare yourself, it can be as simple as thinking of your daily schedule. Okay. Let's just say I don't go to work until 10 in the morning, depending on if you work from home, wherever. Let's just say I don't go to work until 10, but I'm usually up at 7 o'clock. Okay. It's not going to kill me to get up at 7, put on some clothes, and go walk a mile in my neighborhood. Go walk 30 minutes, and then come back, take a shower, get ready for work. Even if you're working and you come home, for me, when I work out after work, when I come home, I do not sit down. Wow. I come home, go upstairs, change from my scrubs to workout clothes, and I go straight to my workout room, straight to my garage, or straight outside to run my neighborhood.
Love it.
So you have to come up with a plan that's going to fit your schedule. Yeah. I have 30 minutes here to do this, or, I normally, when I get home, take everything, I'll sit down on the couch and watch TV for 30 minutes. Okay, so while you watch the TV for 30 minutes, be doing some exercises. Do 100 crunches. Do 50 squats. If you can't do push-ups, do kneeling push-ups on your knees. Okay? You don't have dumbbells, go grab some water bottles and do some curls and arm exercises while you're sitting there watching TV. There are exercises you can do from sitting down.
Yeah.
Do some ab workouts while you're sitting down and watching TV, so people don't think about that as well. So it's just finding ways to incorporate exercise somewhere in your life. All it takes, and I tell people all day, all it takes is 30 minutes.
Facts.
30 minutes of your time. And that 30 minutes that you're spending on TV, social media, on your phone, or just doing absolutely nothing, you can use that time to work out. And it's like, I promise you, once you do what you need to do, you are mentally feeling better as well as physically, or even just, for example, when people cut out certain foods or start exercising and they notice that change, and it's only been a week because they decided to do something and they could tell a difference. But do you want to continue to feel that way every day? Or do you want to go back to feeling sluggish, not motivated, don't like what you see in the mirror? Which one is it? So I think it's just people finding what ways to prioritize incorporating exercise, because it is possible. If you want it bad enough, as people make time for what they feel is important to them, period. So if that is not important to you, then no, you're not going to incorporate it into your daily routine. If it is, then you'll find ways to do so and fit it in your schedule, whether it's waking up early enough to do so, or if you're off for that day, okay, at 1:00, I'm going to go to the gym and do this. Okay, well, I work today, so when I get home again, take everything off, change the workout clothes, and while I'm at work, thinking about what exercises or what workout I'm going to do when I get home, so I'm already prepared.
Yeah. True. So the whole aspect of the mental, you're saying, or the preparation of it, is basically planning. Coming up with a plan, and that I completely agree, because I think about even the aspect of meal prepping. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with the plans, that's something that a lot of people, me, myself included, have struggled with and do struggle with. But again, going back to that, what you mentioned earlier, the calorie deficit, I think the only way to stay in that is to plan. You're going to have to plan, like you say, when you're going out, you got to plan. You got to, in a sense, plan out. You're either going to fail or you're going to make it work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you ain't going to just sit there and think you could just go and wing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to, like you say, have that mental preparation to truly have a game plan that you're going to stick to. And because again, it's not a stop and start process. You know what I'm saying? Because in doing that, or in doing so, you find yourself not making any progress. So I love what you're saying. It's so true in terms of the experiences that I can definitely tell you've been through that has made this made what you're saying application. You're not just talking, but obviously we see the results from it. I do have another question in regards to diet and exercise. Again, because you touch on this and your certifications and your credentials in it, I think begs me to ask the question. But the 80-20, the 80% eating, and the 20% is working out. Can you go a little bit on that, a little bit deeper in terms of the importance of the 80-20 and watching what you eat versus working out and talking to the people who think that they can eat what they want? And
okay.
Yeah.
So myself as an example, when I was thicker, I did work out. Yeah. But again, I ate whatever I wanted because in my mind, I ran today, so I can go have that cheeseburger. I burnt the calories off, so I deserve that cheeseburger. I used to love Snicker bars and Twix. You can't pay me to eat it, today, even on a good day.
Wow.
It's just where, I worked out for an hour today. I can go get that Twix and Snicker bar, but guess what? Even though I'm doing all this work, I'm still the same. Nothing has changed. So the 80-20 rule is real. Majority of that comes from your diet. A lot of people don't pay attention to how much saturated fats is in this food. They don't pay attention to the particular ingredients that's in this food. They don't pay attention to the salt content that is in this food. It's only because, oh, this tastes good. It's hitting me in the right spot. The happy dance when you get that particular thing. And healthier options, again, don't always taste good. So that's why I tell people, with me being pescatarian, I'm like 99.8%, vegetarian, and then I do incorporate seafood here and there. So I may eat seafood 2 to 3 times a month. Yeah. But finding ways to be creative with those particular items and recipes. In my mind, when I stopped eating meat, it wasn't because, oh, you're killing the animals or anything. I would eat all the vegetables, and I don't even want the chicken that I just made. I don't even want this turkey that I, just made. And then it got to where, okay, there are only so many ways you can keep cooking chicken. There's only so many ways you cooking, turkey and everything. So it's with vegetables, it's so many things you can do with vegetables. Yeah. So many recipes, soup, oven roasted. It's just so many things you can do. Try different seasonings. Majority of the foods I cook, I experiment. We'll just try the seasoning and see how it is. And, of course, because, I know what I like. Yeah. It's going to taste good to me. But, diet is everything. So with the calorie deficit, so I can use me, for example. I don't calorie count. Yes, I know how to. Yes, I can educate on how to. But I don't diet or do the calorie counting because I'm where I want to be today. Right. I basically just switched. I did a full 360 on lifestyle modifications. So, even though I used to eat chicken or whatever, I now eat seafood. Right. Okay. With certain vegetables, okay, I was using vegetable oil. I don't touch vegetable oil. Wow. No, the olive oil. Okay. Flour. I don't cook at all. When I'm making stuff, baking, pancakes, waffles, if it's for me, it is healthier options. Split, whole grain flour. The only time I do anything white is because I'm making a red velvet cake for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I will never do that to my family, in terms of doing healthier options. Yeah. Butter. I do plant-based butter. I don't buy butter, regular butter. So I've done a full 360. Yes, I still eat cheese occasionally, but, is my likely going to be vegan cheese versus regular cheese. It just depends on what it's for. Yeah. So as people, if people are not even ready to exercise, it's like, think about your diet. Even if you don't count, even though you don't want to follow a Mediterranean diet or whatever the case may be, or you just have to have meat. Okay. If you have to have beef or pork, just reduce the amount, because a lot of people don't know how long it takes for that to digest in your stomach. You don't know that this meat is probably depending on your metabolism, how healthy you eat. You're not realizing this piece of steak has been sitting in your stomach for 3 days. Because you have to the body has to digest it. Okay. You love fried foods. Okay. So yes, you love fried foods, but start incorporating bake. Right. You don't have to eat fried chicken every single day. Reduce that, and continue to do so. So let's just say once a week you eat fried chicken, and then the rest of the items are baked. Let's say sodas. I don't do sodas. If I do, it's natural ginger ale, and that's only, spur of the moment if I just want carbonation. But you have sparkling water to replace that. Not even that. Think of the bad things with soda. Sugar. Yeah. The calories because of the carbs. Okay. I know some people who, they don't drink water at all. It's tea and soda. How are you properly hydrating yourself? That's not true hydration because of the sugar content. Not even that. High salt. What are we thinking about? Heart disease, hypertension, sugar, diabetes. Diabetes comes from adipose fat, which is from the stomach. So if you have a lot of fat in your stomach, now you're increasing your risk of having diabetes. But just think about if you just ate a little bit healthier and you lost the weight, and let's just say that's where majority of that is, and you lose that fat, diabetes might be gone at the drop of a hat. So diet is everything. No, everything doesn't taste good. There are many days that I don't have a salad for months because I don't want a salad. Yeah. I'm sick of salad. So I find other things to cook, or like I said, I'm in the kitchen experimenting. I'm throwing beans and kale in the crock pot seasoning some type of way. Okay, there was one week I did red beans and wild rice in my crock pot. Yesterday I made a whole vegan Soul food. That's what I wanted. Vegan mac and cheese. I did the greens and the crop, black eyed peas, sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes. Very easy to make. That's my meal prep for the week.
Ooh, sound good.
So, it's just making the modifications. Cake. Oh, I just have to have cake. That's fine. But you don't need to eat that cake every single day.